Hey, come on in, family, and welcome back. So, on today's episode of Consciously Connecting 360 or CCH 360, man, we're going to extend the circle, right? We're going to open the circle to family. So, needless to say, that I'm always excited to have our Tai Chi table talks or our gatherings, but today I'm super excited. Let me tell you why, family. Because today we're joined by my elder brother, my big brother, Carl Holmes Jr. And he's going to tell us a little bit about Prosperity Acres. So just hold on a minute. And also, my elder sister's here. My sister Sherri. Good soil. And we're going to explore and unfold some chapters of our new lives because we've all taken on this new approach to life. And simply stated, welcome to our life of homesteading. You see, today's conversation with myself, Sifu Lester, also with Brother Dan and Sister Pam, we're going to dive into not only the land, but the livestock, as well as the lifestyle. You see, it's about returning back to what I say is real. So going back in time, reclaiming what I say is ancestral. Yeah, family. So come on in because we're going to be consciously shaping our way of living. And we're going to show how that actually nourishes our body. Not only our body, but our spirit. Not only our spirit and body, but also how this type of lifestyle actually is not about getting away, but it's about building and uniting and coming together as a community. You're going to hear how my siblings and I, together, how we share now homesteading and how homesteading has transformed us. It's grounded us and actually it's connected each and every one of my siblings and I on a much more deeper level. So this lifestyle has enhanced our personal lives, our bond with each other, and our bond with humanity as a whole. So with no further delay, let's get into it. And once again, welcome back to another episode of CCH 360 as we continue to consciously connect humanity. Right back at you. Thank you, family. So my brother, I'll give a little background, and then everybody can kind of everybody that wants to can kind of give a little bit of a brief background on themselves in regards to what you do, maybe share what you want, right? And why you chose to leave what I call the convenience culture, why you're dibbling and dabbling into your style of growing, because we're all doing things differently as well, right? We live in different areas, different grow zones, different regions, so we all have different trials and tribulations along the way. So I would like to pass the mic off to either Sherri, Val, Carl, and get them to tell us a little bit about what got them to dropping their first seed. Who is it?
Well, for
Good
me,
garden,
what
good
got,
soil. Is it good?
yeah, what got me to drop the first seed was when you started growing. I think so. This is like my third season. So I thought, well, let me try a couple of little things because you said you can grow in anything. And I'm like, okay, I felt convicted. I'm like, not making an excuse and just find something and grow in it. So that season I grew okra and carrots and lettuce. And when I saw, hey, you can actually grow in these pots. So then the next year I started something different. I expanded a little bit, and then this year is even more.
Hmm.
It's even growing on the patio. So
Right. So I'm going to piggyback off of Sherry because I know a little bit about her personal growing situation. Unlike my brother who lives out in the middle of bum whatever somewhere, nobody knows where, right? Upstate New York, out with the
Oh, it's country.
what do you call them? Was it Mormons? Not Mormons.
Amish.
The
um,
Amish, right?
Yeah.
Out there living like damn near off the grid. My
Yeah.
sister lives in a more populated area, right? And a lot of people do just as she does. And they may feel like they can't grow. Well, she's here to prove to you you can grow. I seen what she's growing. So what are you growing, Sherry? Why do you choose to grow what you're growing? Would you grow the same things that you're growing now if you knew what you knew now? Whatever. Just take it and go from there.
so what I'm growing right now is where do I start? Okay, so the onions,
Mhm.
because those were easy. I started those with like table scraps last year. So this year I just did the same thing. Just got table scraps. A couple of them, I actually bought the little starters, but they didn't even do as good as the ones that I got from table scraps. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to use my table scraps from now on. Cabbage from table scraps.
So when you say table scraps, what do you mean by that? For
Just
someone who doesn't know what you're talking
cutting the
about.
top off and taking the bottom and just sticking it in dirt. The same thing with carrots. My carrots, I'm doing the same thing with that. Sweet potatoes, strawberries, blueberries. I'm just surprised. Like lemon, I have a lemon tree growing, a lime tree, a persimmon tree, some beans, bush beans, um, watermelon, cantaloupe, peppers, all
Wow.
kind of peppers.
You're growing a lot this year.
Yeah, this year.
Mhm.
You're growing a lot this year. So what grow zone are you in if you know, by the way?
9.
So it would be wise for anyone that's wanting to start growing, find out your grow zone. Wouldn't we agree on that?
Yeah.
Start finding out your grow zone. YouTube University has helped me many, many times. I know my brother's been doing massive projects, restoring a whole house, and he's done a lot of the stuff by himself, right
Mm.
off of YouTube University, and always sending me stuff as well. So, bro, what are you growing? How are you growing? Are you like growing mostly in the ground, pots? I mean, what you got going on?
Well, can I speak to the why
Please.
or no?
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
absolutely.
First of all, hello everybody. I hope everybody is doing well and thriving. Body, mind, and soul. For me, it was. Why did I get into this? I got into this because it was cumulative for me. It was years ago in the making. Um, and I didn't realize what was happening. Um, but I was noticing the the lack of quality in the
Mm.
grocery stores in terms of the way the food was beginning to look. Um, and then I noticed that stuff started arriving that was seedless, and it just didn't. The math it didn't make sense to me. How could you have a watermelon with no seeds in it? You
Yeah.
know. Okay. So uh and then to look and see what was it? Grapes, no
Mm.
seeds. So I'm like, wait a second. Wait a minute. How could you everything comes from a seed, and how could that be? So when I started doing research, finding out this stuff was made in labs, it was fake, it wasn't real food. So I began getting curious. And then I was fortunate. I had a resource, which was my son, that had delved into this 5, 6 years ago. But unfortunately for me, I was preoccupied with work. So I was gone a lot and not really delving into the deepness of what was happening. And
Mm.
once I became, I guess you could say, I kind of woke up to what was happening. At that same point, it was kind of it's ironic, but I lost my job, and
Mm.
lo and behold, I decided I'm not working for no one anymore. Not at this age, 65 years old. What do we do? So once we figured that out, we wound up buying property in a house in a land unknown to us, um, in the Amish community. And one thing led to another, and we realized that this is where we're supposed to be. This is our new life, and it was an opportunity to begin planting our own food. And so here we are today, a year in. But again, just to back up a little bit, for us, we had to pay our first attention to, and we still are, is the house, because we purchased a home that was incomplete, so to speak, Amish style, finished for them, unfinished for us, because three things, as my family knows, and maybe a lot of you listening know, but I didn't know. Um, they don't use. They're off the grid. That's their lifestyle. They could depend on no electric, no water, and there's no interior plumbing. They are disconnected from all of that. They have their own ways and methods, and it's it's a different lifestyle. So long short, we had to get all that done. So that was our first attention, right? So after getting that stuff done, now we're able to begin putting food in the ground. So in the ground, what do we have? We have, I think, a little bit, and again, we're experimenting. We've never done this before. The closest I've come to planting was doing landscape, which kind of gave me, I was comfortable putting my hand in the dirt because I did my own shrubbery, I did my own flowers, trees at the previous home that we lived in. But in terms of food, never. So it's new, and so far so good. In fact, when I get home, because I'm out of town right now, I'm at my daughter's place. Um, in Connecticut. So we're going to be doing. I'm going to be giving you some updates on some food that's happening. We have tomatoes, we have watermelons, lettuce. The peach tree has got about some. It's got some beautiful fruit on it. I put some apple trees in the ground. We won't see that, of course, another 2, 3 years. Blueberries, 2, 3 years. But we got raspberries popping up all over the place. To my surprise, from the previous owner, we have established about 8 or 9 apple trees that are starting to produce. Um, Strawberries from my the previous owner is popping up all over the place. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And again, it's all new to me. I think I think I told you, Sherry, I'm gonna have to take some things out. I'm gonna have to thin out this area because
Yeah.
I just packed 9,000 things into this one area. Which I call a raised bed, a raised tub.
Oh, okay, okay,
I
okay.
just loaded that bad boy up, and I think it's just too much going on in there. So I'm gonna thin that out when I get back, I believe. But anyways, yeah. So that's where I'm at. I believe that you know this system, they are really on purpose trying to keep us sick. And I said, nah, not me and my household. And I'm so grateful and thankful that um, all of my brother and my sisters, we all doing this. So I'm overjoyed. I'm overwhelmed. So
How actually returning, I call it returning to the land, right? And creating
yeah, yeah.
what I would consider to be rhythm, so living in harmony with nature to the best of our ability. All of our certain circumstances vary, and how we've come to find a certain level of sovereignty, you know, and
Hmm.
how you just feel so empowered, going out and putting your hands in the dirt. And even like Sister Pam, her husband gardens. They live in New York somewhere as well, and he makes
Okay.
he makes so. I mean, I
Long
know he has to
Island.
have a green thumb because some of the stuff I see her showing, I'm like, you growing that in your driveway? It's like
Isn't that
it's absolutely,
amazing
yeah,
what
it's
you can
absolutely
do? Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Dan, Dan, brother Dan, he also, I think Dan has like you grow cherries or something like that too, don't you, Dan? So Dan's out in Wisconsin, and
Un
he's
Okay.
out in the middle of
It's
nowhere.
you're
What
it's muted.
what zone is that? Is that a colder zone?
Dan would have to speak on that.
He's on mute.
Yeah, he's probably on mute.
I am. Okay, sorry about that.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dan.
I think we're in a zone 3 here. We're north of Madison, Wisconsin, about 40 miles. So I think Chicago would be just a little bit lower zone.
Okay.
Um,
So it's cold up there.
I've got grapes. I've got probably about 22 grapevines and different varieties, and then I have pear, apple, and cherry
Okay.
trees. I just put in 2 peach trees, which will take a while to mature.
Nice. Nice.
Hey Dan, did you ever get the moringa tree to come back? Did the moringa tree grow?
I don't know. It's down in Florida.
Oh, okay.
So we'll know when we get down there if it survived, but it was looking good when we left.
Yeah, well, funny enough, mine died out during the winter season, and we just noticed the other day that it's starting to grow back a little. It's growing back a little bit late, but I guess it's a perennial after all. It's acting like a perennial.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yes, I live in Long Island and very suburban, but and we don't have a lot of we have property, but a lot of shade in the back. So the side of the driveway and the other side by my neighbor, that's where we get the most sun. So we start with sugar snap peas and the lettuce, and then it gets hot and it starts to bolt. So you have to be careful when you go back.
Hmm.
Check your lettuce. Hopefully it's not bolting.
What
And
is that?
then
What does that
Nope.
mean?
it starts to grow tall
All
and it gets
flowers.
bitter.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, so
But
that's
but if you keep it going, you can get the seeds.
right. They're going
gotcha.
going
But
to
he
the
pulls it
flower
all
stage.
out. And then, we replace that with another crop. He had broccoli going. We had 3 plants. We pulled that up, ate the broccoli and pulled that up. We've got kale. We're just cutting the leaves. Okay, just what
Hmm.
we want, just what we need, not the whole plant, just what you need, and it just keeps coming back.
Comes back. Yeah.
Cucumbers, you just keep
Okay.
going.
Okay. What's that called? That called concession, right?
I'm not
I think
sure.
so.
The
I
Okay.
think
section
so.
succession planting.
Section.
Succession plan. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Permaculture. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
I think that's what it's called. So, actually, I just started taking this course, right, online, and man, they sent this book here, and I almost flipped out of the chair. Right?
Wow.
You
Wow. That's
see,
amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
so this book is like so thick, and it's more of a resource than anything. And this is offered through Clemson University, this course. And the course that I'm taking is called Gardening for Schools. So you guys know I've been like working at the school, but not
Right.
necessarily at school, but the aftercare with the kids.
Right.
And one of our projects now that I'm really amped about is we have a school garden, or it's a community garden, basically. So we're starting a community garden. And
That's awesome.
my idea, I'm already like 3, 4 years down the road where there'll be multiple community gardens. I'm looking at starting a trend.
Hmm.
And because being around children, man, I noticed that the children have been disconnected in regards
Yeah.
to where their food is coming from. And what validated this was riding on the van, I'm driving, I'm having a conversation with the first kid that I picked up, and he tells me that he doesn't eat meat. But he just got, Sherri and I had this conversation, but he just got finished telling me that chicken nuggets, and I know chicken nuggets may not be real meat, but let's say that it is. He's eating chicken nuggets, but in his mind, it's not chicken at
Ah,
all.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, you eat cheeseburgers and hamburgers, don't you? He's like, oh, I love them. But you got to put ketchup on it with no mustard. But he doesn't eat animals, is what he said.
Right.
And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like,
Wow.
so
That's
what?
real interesting.
So that's a big disconnect because
It
I
Yeah.
is.
think if you don't understand the life cycle of other animals and things like that, I think it deals with our ability to have a certain level of compassion towards each other, even not even towards animals, but just toward
Hmm.
each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
So
interesting.
Yes.
it's not my place to teach people's children things that, so I kind of like, I gotta find out where I fit in. So I didn't go down that road. What
That's
that actually led me to is now we're going on our first trip to the farm. We getting ready to go to the farm now.
yeah, wow, that's it. That's really
Amazing.
interesting.
And these kids
That,
never been on a farm. They
how old was that child?
this child was in first grade.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
and pretty damn smart, this one. Pretty advanced. Probably one of my smartest kids.
Okay.
Yeah. You know
Wow.
what I'm
That's
saying? It got me wanting to start an actual school
yeah. I'm like that's heavy because that's a conversation to be had.
because the children are the future. We can't disagree on that.
Hmm.
We're not teaching them the whole truth. We're basically lying to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They eat
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
whole hamburger and have no idea it came from
I
the
bet those Amish kids know where their food coming from,
yeah, they
Oh,
know.
100.
Because they help,
100.
they probably
without a
help
doubt.
kill
Hey,
it and clean
not to
it.
be not to be graphic. If I am, stop me. But to your point, I was invited 2 3 days ago. My son and I to one of my neighbors said, "Hey, listen, this is what I'm doing." He said, "If you're more than welcome to come see, you might be interested." Because at some point, I know you said you're going to do livestock as well. I said, "What you doing?" He said, "I'm processing a 350-pound hog." And I'm like, processor. He go, I said, serious? You do? He said, oh yeah, I do 3 a year. I
Mm.
said, all right, 6 o'clock, I'll be down.
Yeah,
And man, look, from that age you just said, I think 1 year younger, up until 11 years old, all nine of his kids were there, and you thought it was like going to watch a matinee. I'm like, wow, they sitting there, and I'm talking about from being alive to not being alive to cutting open, cleaning the whole nine. And
yeah,
it was quite interesting. And they were all like, like matter of fact, like, hey, this is what you do.
right. This
This
is
is
what.
what you do. This
That's
is what you
normal.
do. And
That's
it was,
normal.
yeah. I mean, the littlest one. I mean, maybe she was up to my knee. She said, "Carl, look," and she was
Mhm.
playing with the eyelids
Oh God.
and smiling I'm sitting there.
He froze. Yeah.
Well, can
So I
y'all hear
want,
me?
Yeah, we hear you.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I'm a newbie. What got me started is listening and watching my family, Sherri, Carl, and Lester, watching out, every day out in the garden and planting. And I was just making excuses up. Well, the reason why I think like 10 years ago, I started gardening. And I was out in the garden and I seen a snake. And I ran in the house and I called my daddy and I was like, Daddy, there's a snake. And he was like, What color was the snake? I said, Black. He said, Girl, get back out in that yard. He said, That's a garden snake. I was like, No, no. So I refused to plant anything. Okay.
I understand. Trust me.
So as I was watching, listening to my family and watching them and listening to them, and I was like, man, I need to do something. This seemed like fun and healthy, and I need to stop making excuses up. So I was talking to my neighbor, and I was like, "Can you please help me with a garden?" And he was
Hmm.
like, "I love this, yes." And he's right next door to me. He's a handyman next door, really doesn't do a lot of work. So he said, "What you want to plant?" I said, "I don't care. Something. I need cabbage. I need carrots. I need something, please." So he told me to go out to the store. He told me what to get, and I did. And he's helping me. And so I got cabbage, carrots, what else? Tomatoes, onions, peppers. And I'm very excited. I used to laugh at my dad when my dad My dad was a gardener too, and he would come home from work in his suit, and
Huh.
before he come in the house, he would go out in the yard and start working in the garden. I would say, "Oh my God, you can't even wait to get in the house and change clothes." So guess what? I find myself doing that now. I jump out the car and I go straight to my garden, go straight to my. And I'm laughing at myself. And this morning, I had a migraine today, but I still went outside in my garden. I was out there, and my husband's like, "You out there? You're not feeling well, and you got a headache?" And I was like, "I don't care. I got to take care of my babies. I got to take care of my crop."
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm kind of in the dark right now, y'all.
Where do
Not
you
at
Oh,
my
we
where do
dig
you
it.
best.
live? Where do you live?
I live in Georgia,
Okay.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Sherry, where do you live?
In Texas.
Okay.
So
We
Val,
have an idea of, the growth cycle
Yeah.
from
Okay. So
location.
I'm learning, and I'm gonna continue learning, listening, and educating myself so I can do better. And I really thank y'all, and I'm happy to be here today too.
thank you for coming today. Pleasant surprise. And the
Thank
only
you.
reason that I didn't invite you is because I didn't think that you would want to like talk about stuff like this with us, kind of like,
It's so weird. I just sent the link at the last minute. Something said, send it to
thank
Val. And I
you.
sent it. And she was like, oh, thanks for sending. I'm going to be there, but I won't be on camera.
So next time we'll have to invite Valdez. So Valdez is my nephew, more like my brother, and he's Val's only child. I shouldn't say that because she does have another child.
Yes.
He's her oldest child.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
oldest. I'm like, oh, like only. Okay, you
Yeah,
scared me for a minute.
yeah. Well, we grew up. It was
Only
just me.
birth.
It was
I know
just
what
me
you're
and
saying.
Valdez.
Right, he was around with you, yeah.
Yeah, Valdez is like my brother more
The
than
only
anything.
birth.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
really, yeah. Y'all grew up together.
Man, we super close. But piggyback off of that little story that my brother was just saying about the culling of the pig. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
dad
yeah.
actually introduced me to that experience as a kid because guys remember out in the
Mm,
country, the Shaw family, right?
yep.
This all family, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brother Shaw raised livestock. He had hogs, he had chicken, like a
I
little
forgot about
backyard
that.
little thing, right? He was doing his little farm fresh thing,
Yeah,
right? I got a little story I'm gonna tell about
yeah,
this. It's gonna make
yeah.
you guys die laughing in a minute.
I forgot about the Shaws doing that. You're right.
Yeah, man, but they be out there drunk as skunks, man, daddy and them, right? Having a good time. The boys, after working, sitting under the tree, drinking, talking, shooting the breeze. And
Drinking that
myself,
moonshine.
yeah, yeah. And myself, as young as other little kids, we'd be out there playing. But man, we saw brother man like drop the hog, hang the hog upside down in the tree,
Yes.
slice the hog throat, cut open the gut, the whole process. I had that experience, right around the
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
And it kind of made things ring a little differently.
Mhm.
Actually, when I saw that, I didn't want to harm animals anymore. You know, For me, I
That's what
didn't.
happened to me.
Yeah, I didn't want to harm animals
Once I
anymore.
saw that, I'm like, good. On
And
YouTube, I saw it and I was like, nah.
And when I
yeah,
saw
it's way
chickens,
too.
when I saw
Oh God knows. Yeah, I saw that.
Carolyn, Miss Carolyn, Dickie Boo, I think called Dickie Boo, yeah. And they used to
Terrible.
put a rope around the chicken neck, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God,
Yeah, it was way too much.
seeing that
But
as a
but
kid.
check this out. So you guys know I've been kind of like into the gardening thing for years, and Dad started myself. All of us I know. I remember my experience as a little kid being out there, and those okra plants were so tall, and
Mm.
I would have to pick the okra. Dad was teaching us some things without even us realizing at the time. I hated it because my arms would itch like crazy.
It's that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
it would itch like crazy. So I hated that. And you guys hated shelling those peas. I can still hear you talking about it, right? Dad would bring all those peas home and he would give that stuff to the neighbors. So bartering, and those neighbors weren't doing anything for him. You know what I mean? Other than being good neighbors. But he would give that stuff away. And
Mm-hmm.
that,
Have so much of it. Yeah.
all that stuff was very it made an imprint on me myself. So now somehow I always wanted to raise chickens, right? And things just started falling in place. So this is one bit of advice that I would give to anybody that's considering getting started. Don't wait until the perfect time to get started. All right.
Yes.
The
Mm-hmm.
perfect time is now. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I would have never started with my chickens, and it's crazy how I started because my chickens live on my back porch, literally, right? Literally. And my dad was still here. He probably would have a heart attack right about now,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You got stinky chickens on your back porch. Yes, but that made me get started, right? And
Mm-hmm.
um, I become the Tai Chi chicken daddy. And family, the chickens ain't paying their rent right.
Well,
Wow.
let me see.
Should I
Right.
kick her out? I mean, should I take this as this ain't even a half a payment?
Oh, wow. Who had that one, Tank?
I have no idea, man. I went out there and saw this thing this morning, man. I died laughing, man.
Wow.
Must have been in
Yeah.
a hurry.
Peanut. This is a peanut.
I give him more larva or something.
So
Something.
now I say that to
Something.
say this.
Yeah, maybe you need
On
to
goes
feed the
the
chicken
research.
chicken or something.
On goes the research now. So now I'm looking at what caused her to have this egg. So I'm going to video and see what it looks like on the inside. But
Interesting.
more
Yeah.
research. So I'm thinking now somebody's probably not getting sufficient nutrition somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Right.
First thought.
Yeah.
First thought. So I say that to say that it's a continuous learning process. It never ever stops. And they say
Yeah.
you got a 3-year learning curve regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard
You
a
know what
guy.
I'm saying?
I was just watching a guy online, and he said he's been doing it 4 years and he's still learning. And he said 30 years from now, I'll still be learning.
Soon as you get it figured out, it's time to learn something else.
Something
Yeah.
else. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
one thing I would like to share for our listeners, once again, I keep going back to those who are thinking of getting started, like new people, because I consider myself as still being new. Although I did start down in Florida and I was growing some amazing citrus, right? Papayas, pineapples, various dragon fruits, a lot of different things, herbs, but coming here into this zone, completely different. So I'm relearning again, right?
Yeah.
So one thing that I would like to do is give the new people a couple things that I think would help them in regards to a long-term plan. So not only don't wait to get started right away, but
Hmm.
start doing your research. So that's getting started, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't research so much where you're not following through on your research. Some people just compile a whole bunch of information and never take any action,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
this is part of the research. Look at where you're going to be growing, right? And get
Uh-huh.
an idea of where you're going to have your certain beds at. That's something that I learned the hard way. Like my favorite thing that we planted was asparagus, but we
Hmm.
planted it at the foot of our driveway, and the water rushes down that driveway and it washes away the soil.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
battling that now. We're battling nature now. You
Hmm.
don't want to be fighting nature.
Right.
So
Right.
find the ideal growing space at your place. Even if it's in a
Right.
pot, where should that pot be
Okay.
placed? Where should it
Right.
be placed? Is it getting enough sunlight? Most things need at least 6 hours of
Thank you.
sunlight,
Right.
right?
That's a good point.
So,
That's
That's
a
what Daddy
very
used
good
to say
point. Yeah.
too.
right, where are you going
Yeah.
to have your beds at? And what
Yeah.
specific bed? So I'm looking at that. And here's another thing. Research in your area, the most hardy things, because it's going to be a little easier on you, especially as a new person, things that are hardy, that aren't
Hmm.
going to get attacked by as many pests. Pests
Yeah.
can be insects. Pests can also be those wascally wabbits that's been eating Sherry's food.
Yeah. I gotta take care of them bunny. I gotta take care of them bunny rabbits when I get home.
Right?
Yeah. I'm going to Home Depot before we leave to get some product to build a fence and a gate.
There you go. And the
Yeah.
deer,
Yep.
they don't come here
Yep.
anymore. I think we figured it out. I got
Yeah.
CDs, family. People probably think we so ghetto, right? I got CDs hanging from the trees, right? And the lights, the lights around the property, when they at nighttime, when that light hits the CDs and the CDs are spinning
Yeah.
around, it's
Yeah.
shooting the light all around. The deers
Yeah.
don't want
Right.
they don't
Right.
even show up
I,
no more.
I got the same because when you mentioned that, I wouldn't got the same thing, but I got them in like a crisp, like a round shape.
I got disco balls too hanging in the
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah. I
Full
got
wood
them hanging.
disco balls.
Yeah. I did that last week, hanging in the trees.
It works.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the netting, different netting. So it's different
Yeah.
things. So if you guys have anything that you would mention to a newbie right now that would give them a little inspiration, or somebody that's on the edge because they're getting frustrated, what would you share with them? What would you tell them, family?
Well, I would say this. I would say know your grow zone,
Know your grow zone.
right? Know your grow zone, um, and steady. Take a look at your land in the morning. Get up and see where that sun is hitting. And
Mm.
in the afternoon, see where that sun is hitting. When it's raining, see how that water is flowing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When it stops raining, walk your land and see what is holding water, what's moist, what's
Mm.
dry, you know. And
Yeah.
so it's a process, take your time and because man, it's a lot of time and a lot of money. And you
Mm-hmm.
can save yourself a lot of frustration. So that's how I begun, and that's why I've been slow to start because again, this is lifelong. This is something I really want to get into, and I don't want to, I don't want to do a lot of repeats and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
aggravation because you going, because life is going to happen, right? So stuff's going to happen. You
Right.
know, you're going to get a knucklehead, a rabbit, or a bird. It's going to cause you some aggravation.
They
You
coming.
know, so I'm just trying to do all I can do, and those are some of the things.
Can
Yeah,
I
I
make a
would say
statement?
too that just like with in-home gardening, you got to research the particular crop that you want to grow because you might
Hmm.
have a lot of sun and but all of those don't require a lot of sun. Some of them
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
require more shade than others. So just
That's right.
research the particular crop and how much sun it's supposed to get because I was surprised. I'm growing what's called longevity spinach.
Mm.
So it's not like the regular little spinach, but I have to show y'all. And they grow, they just like really, really grow. But they grow well on my patio. They were kind of not doing so good out in the sun, but they're doing good right on the patio.
Okay.
Mm. So
Yeah.
not as much sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Two
longevity
other.
meaning what? They come back every year?
That's the name of it, longevity spinach. It
Oh,
does come
okay.
back every year, but
They come
it's
back
just
every
the
year.
benefits of it. It's all different varieties of spinach,
Mm.
which
Okay.
is another thing that I learned, with gardening. Because I got those and I'm like, this doesn't look like the regular spinach. I just saw spinach
Hmm.
on the thing and bought it because I grew
That's
home
another
seeds.
good point.
Something else you
Yeah, and I'm
you
like,
want to
this
take and
doesn't,
be aware of is your pH of your soil.
yeah.
Mm.
Mm,
If
mm.
you don't know
Base
your
oil
pH,
prep.
we tried growing raspberries, we tried growing blueberries, and our pH was just wrong for those items. They
Right.
Mm.
they last a season, come up the second season and third season, they die out. But
Yeah.
if you want an area that has the right pH, use a lifted garden of some type or a raised garden, and then you
A
can
raised
adjust the
garden.
soil. Yeah, for those items.
Yeah. That's a good
So
one.
so to piggyback off of what Dan just said, we're growing blueberries here, and I'm thinking that we're on the right path, right track. Living here in the forest, there's a lot of pine trees, right? So pine
Hmm.
trees are known for being acidic, right? So the soil itself will become more acidic over time. And blueberries, they like high acidity. One thing,
Okay.
one thing that we can do here, and there may be a place in your area that offers the same type of services, is through Clemson Exchange, through where I'm taking that program at, that gardening program, they'll test
Mm-hmm.
your soil. So you can
Oh,
take your
that's a
soil in and get a soil testing done with them professionally as opposed to doing it yourself if you don't feel comfortable doing it yourself.
Most universities can do that for you too if you know who to ask.
There you go.
okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that done for sure. That's a good one.
And they say do different parts of your property as
Do,
well.
oh, go to different areas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I would
that's something to
also
keep in
say
mind.
check what you're growing because there's some plants that do well in pots, but there's some plants that run like crazy, like
That's true.
zucchinis and
Oh,
Mm,
yeah.
squashes. You need a
that's a
lot of
good one.
space for those, and they
That's
don't
a
do
good one.
well in pots. Or you have
Mm,
to have a longer pot.
Hmm.
That's my take.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
just
That's a
check.
good one.
that makes sense.
Right. That's a good one.
So reflecting back on your journeys, this is for everybody here, basically, on your journeys. Is there anything that you would consider being a mistake that you've made along the way? Although we know that mistakes are lessons, anything you could have avoided in regards to some hardship that you found along the way inside of your gardening process? Anything at all? For me, it was simple placement of that asparagus first and foremost. I should have put that in a different place, and now I don't want to bother because it's already established and it's put out, but I know it could do better. So it's like an ongoing saga for me, you know. So do you have
Mhm.
anything like that?
Well, just real quickly for me, because again, I'm just literally getting started. I would say, over planning in that one particular raised bed.
It
I
was
think I just
cute
put too
though.
much
It's
product in
cute though.
it. Yeah,
Very
yeah,
cute idea. So share, tell everybody about that raised bed, Carl. That
So
idea that
it
you
was,
made.
huh?
Tell them about this raised bed, this very unique raised bed that you have.
Okay, yeah. So the house had a some items in the basement in this particular area where they were the wife was she well the wife and husband both they do canning. That's a big part of what they do, canning food. So she had in that area a couple of items, and one was a where she did the washing and cleaning of the vegetables. She had a tub, a bathtub, and so I was cleaning out, and I'm like, okay, that's garbage. I'm not gonna use that. And as I'm getting ready to throw it out, I'm like, wait a second. And I'm doing that with a lot. I'm getting very resourceful as I realize everything can be repurposed for something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm up. So I'm like, I look at this thing and go, you know what? I'm gonna turn this into a raised bed. So I cleaned it up, and I put my soil in there, and man, I tell you, the veggies loved it. I think the only thing I did, I just think I put one too many in the tub.
So
Yeah,
what type of material
so
is that tub made out of?
it's it's fiberglass.
So you drilled holes in it so it could
I
drain?
Yeah, drill holes all in the bottom and the side so it can drain properly, not hold the water. And yeah, like you said, I like it. It's different, you know. I
Very
mean,
different.
yeah. So yeah, it's a different kind of bathtub today.
That's what I like about homesteading, man, because what you did with a bathtub, I did with a refrigerator.
Yeah, and a back porch.
And also with a little John boat that my dad had.
That's right. That's boat. Yeah, that
So I
boat.
have
Yeah, that your
a
boat.
boat,
Yeah.
one of those little flat, we call it a swamp boat, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
put
Yes.
yeah,
drill
yeah,
holes
yeah.
in that.
That
Man,
was
that's
cool.
my sweet potato bed, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
thing
It's
good.
pretty cool, man.
And then one of those, another one that I did creative. So here we go. Three different, very creative raised beds. My brother
Can you
has a
imagine them living next door
bathtub.
to each other?
Oh, God knows. I have a refrigerator and a John boat and also a file cabinet.
Yeah,
And they're all serving as raised beds.
yeah. And that's cool, isn't it?
Here's a cool one that I
Yeah.
hadn't done yet, but I want to do is more ornamental. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I saw this guy online doing it. And you know what he was doing? He was taking anything he could get his hands on, but he was using boots, cowboy boots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
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 that's
Yeah.
common.
Cowboy boots. And
Yeah, a
it
lot
was
of people do
ornamental.
that.
yeah.
He
It's
was putting
cool.
like house
Some.
flowers in there and all kind of things. It was
Yeah.
okay. My dad had some cowboy boots, so in memory of my dad, I'm gonna plant something in one of his boots.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
that'd
hadn't
be
figured out
nice.
what
Yeah.
I want to put in there yet.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I
So
can hear.
Hey, a
Yeah.
little hint
it's cool.
for insects. I've had
Yes.
trouble with the little
Damn pain
gray
in the behind.
beetles and then the Japanese beetles, especially on
Yeah.
grape plants. I planted spearmint and peppermint about
Mm.
10 feet away from them, but that stuff grows so fast like weeds. I
It's
planted so I
aggressive.
can mow around it and keep it in a contained area. But
Okay.
that has been really good about deterring the bugs on the grape plants.
Oh, nice.
So is
Okay.
there anything else you could do with that? You say it grows like weeds. I mean, to me, I'm thinking make
Well,
money.
you can pick the leaves and make tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Spearmint
Mhm.
and peppermint.
You could do
Yes.
Clear
what?
and
Yes,
pepper. Tea.
Make some teas with the spearmint and peppermint that you're
Yeah.
growing to help deter the pests from the yard because they don't like the smell of it.
Okay.
Right. We just planted some.
Thank you for that one, Dan, because we've been battling some insects here lately, especially with the more softer veggies.
Mm-hmm.
They
Hmm.
love those new fresh leaves, man.
Well,
They
when I
love
mow
them new
around the
fresh leaves.
garden, I always mow an edge of it because it just frequents the whole area, you know.
Oh, wow,
Mmm.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah. Just like when you cut grass, you can smell grass.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
same idea. Yeah. Wow,
Like an
that's awesome.
aromatherapy you're putting out in the yard.
Yeah,
Does that help
yeah.
deter mosquitoes at all?
There hasn't been too many out there. I don't think it's that as effective as uh well, we had trouble with ticks up here too. So
That's real
whenever you
Ticks.
bad
go out in
this
the
year.
garden and work, you have to be aware because of Lyme disease.
Oh,
So
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said ticks are bad this year.
yeah.
bad this year. So, I like I said, we believe in doing this with no chemical free,
Yeah.
organic. So, any ideas there in terms of use of product or etc.?
A
We're
lot
gonna
of the
fertile.
organic deterrents will wash off when rain. So you
Mm-hmm.
just got to do it
Right.
more often.
You
It'll
got to
be
do it all the time.
more frequent the application.
And that's
Carl,
another
what's
thing.
your growing zone out there? Do you know?
5B.
That's what I am here too, 5B. That makes sense. Okay.
You 5B. Okay. Okay.
I was gonna say
Okay.
another thing that new people should keep in mind too. If you don't check your stuff every day,
Mm-hmm.
you might come back to a surprise.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Because
Yeah.
Lester,
if you get
I'm,
one of them tomato worms on your plant,
oh my God.
your plant might disappear on you
Wow.
Okay. I was noticing a
overnight
lot of holes, like I was telling Sherry, deep holes
in what?
in the
In
ground.
the
in the
in the
ground.
Oh
oh,
yeah,
in the
you did
ground.
too.
Huh.
Yeah,
Daddy said something, those was, I can't
Might be
remember. He
those
said,
moles.
the little
Those
that's
moles.
what Daddy used. Yeah.
yeah, I have those here as well, and I hadn't figured out anything to do with them other than something that I wouldn't do.
Yeah,
They have
I
a
forgot
very
what
cruel
Daddy
way of
said.
getting rid of them, which deals with basically chop, chop. It's a device that cuts their head off, and I ain't with that.
Ah,
Oh,
it's a guillotine trap.
Yeah, guillotine trap. I ain't with that.
how about mothballs? I hear that
I've heard that works, Pam.
yeah.
I've heard that.
mothballs.
I don't know if it does for them because we don't have moles here, but
All
Oh,
I
okay.
do is I go and I step on it. They have like a tunnel, and it's very superficial. It's not very deep. I just step on it and crush it down every day because they're going through and they have these sharp nails, right? So they're looking for grub worms, but
Yeah, yeah. Grub
incidentally,
worms, yeah.
they'll cut the roots on your vegetation with
That's
their
what Daddy
tails
said.
as they're passing through, not intentionally because they don't want to eat the vegetation. They're looking for
Okay.
meat. They're looking for worms, grub worms. So
Yeah, yep, that's true. Grub
they can be
worms,
a
yeah.
pain in the butt, man. They've ruined Daddy's peach trees he had over there.
Yeah, I remember Daddy saying it. I can't remember how he said he got rid of it.
Yeah. I
I
remember they
think
also
that
ruined his
takes.
lawn.
I think Tyrell helped quite a bit
I
with
was
that
gonna say the
cat
cat. Yes.
cat because they always on they always on patrol.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we
yeah,
got
get
one
yourself a
cat that comes
barn
out.
cat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna get
I
about two
wanted to
more. I
do
got
that.
one now.
I wanted to do that, and then my wife, she's like worried about the cat being outside. I'm like,
I don't know if it's a barn cat, they're supposed to be outside.
They love it.
maybe you can convince her of that.
Oh,
But I come home sometime, I got chicken in my kitchen.
Oh, Daddy, you had a heart attack, man.
So
Wow,
Does she
wow.
be feeling sorry for him?
for Tank,
No, the wife. The
Oh,
wife is in there.
Tank.
Yeah, the wife is in there probably letting her walk around like a pet.
letting Tank walk around like a pet right in the kitchen. I was like, oh, all right. So much.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a nice visit. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, she said the
Tank
first.
said, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be here forever because
Yeah,
Tank
yeah,
don't mind, trust me, man.
yeah. He got a nice little life there, boy.
But family, I wanted to just thank you all for being here
Thank
and
you.
look forward to actually coming back together again, doing the same thing, and maybe we'll be moving in closer to the time where we're beginning to like harvest some stuff, and we can talk about
Yeah.
What are we doing in regards to food preparation? You know, how we're dehydrating, how we're
Yeah.
freezing, how we're using that pantry, how we're getting into more. My ultimate goal, family, is sovereignty, to be honest with you, you know, to rely less on the grocery store because I was in
Yeah.
Florida
Yeah.
when those aisles was clean, those shelves was clean. I seen it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I seen it.
Yep. And we heading towards a time like that or even worse. You know, I'm not trying to strike no fear in nobody, but I'm telling you, with all
Well,
this
you know,
stuff that's going on.
to be honest, I look at that as being a good thing because if we want to be more natural, we got to be more natural.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's not
Yeah.
natural running to the grocery store and not knowing where our food comes from.
Yeah.
That's
A
right.
hundred percent. Hundred
So there's
percent.
no fear
100%.
here. It's like I've been waiting on this for a long time.
Yeah. You know
And it's
what's
time.
interesting? Just to further confirm that our food is not what we think it is here in America, and it is sad. You know, in a first world country. My daughter and son just got back from France, and they said the best food.
Oh yeah.
They ate more than they ate when they ate more than they eat when they're here, and he said. I have no I never felt bloated. I never felt
Yep.
fatigued. And
Yep.
they said we ate, and I saw some of the food, and
Oh yeah.
they were putting it down there. And he said it tastes like food. So
I heard that same message coming from my children as well. So my daughter and her fiance went to France and they said the food tastes unreal, man. And they
yeah,
sent some stuff here and it tastes different.
Yeah.
yeah. I just ate two fig cookies, and I was mad at
Yeah,
my daughter because she didn't bring me about 5 boxes home.
right. They bought me some chocolate and I'm like, this is wonderful. This is real.
My goodness. I stopped eating figs 5 years ago because I kept getting my system was getting irritated.
Well, I got the three little fig trees out there. It's called the three little twigs, and they doing fine. And I can't
Well,
wait to
me,
get some
I'm
figs off there.
I'm looking forward to that. Now I gotta see stuff like that. I gotta check in because again I want that whole man. I want fruit trees everywhere, right? But yeah. So I'm in zone 5. It gets cold. But figs I do want, but I don't know if I can have them there. I still gotta find that one out.
I can't see you not being able to have them there.
Figs, is that
Because
right?
I think those fig trees they'll do like other trees where they die back and they come back. They come
Okay.
back during the season. Look
Okay.
into that.
Okay.
Look into that. Look into that. And there's so many types of figs. God Almighty.
For sure.
Anyway, family,
Yeah,
yeah,
man,
man.
this was nice, man. I appreciate the opportunity, Lester, and
Hey,
uh,
and before you guys leave. We got to let everybody know because actually, I know you have a YouTube channel yourself and your wife. You guys are doing the Prosperity Acres,
yeah,
right? And Sherry got good soil going on. Let people know about your channel. How do they get in contact with your channel? And they can follow some of the stuff you guys are doing.
yeah. Again, we're just starting, and we're trying to really find ourselves and fine tune this thing. So it's a little sporadic. We're a little all over the place because we just got a couple of things that interest us. So excuse that. We're trying to narrow it down and fine tune it, but it mainly speaks of what I just been speaking of. Turning, having a homestead, which is basically a small farm, but it's gonna and it's gonna involve some other things that we enjoy doing as well. So it might seem a bit confusing right now, but anyway, so excuse us for that. But it's called Prosperity Acres. Yeah, Prosperity Acres
That's on YouTube, right?
on YouTube and Instagram, but more focused on YouTube right now.
Sherry, you got your good soil up and running? You doing anything with that?
No, it's on a
Um,
hiatus right now, but I am
okay.
working on new stuff. So when we come back together, I'll have it together. Because I'm getting messages from people like, "Where's your
Okay.
channel?" Like, I haven't heard from you in a while, so I'm like, "Oh,
They're looking
So
for
that's
you,
good.
man.
Yeah, that's
yeah."
good. Yeah.
So, family, before we leave, I need group decision. If there's even a down payment for
You
paying
need,
rent, or she got
Yes.
time.
You
You
don't
should
pay those
accept it
chickens well
because you're
enough.
the one that feeds her.
You need to raise the pay on those chickens.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? I gotta pay up.
Oh man.
You know
Yeah.
what? I changed their food, and I'm wondering if incidentally I changed their food and I dropped their protein down 2%. I'm not sure if that's the reason why or
She
not.
says she don't want no
So
2% less protein. She needs it
I
all.
don't think so. Well, let me
So
let
it
me let
went
me let me ask
actually
you this:
3% from
is
16, no, from 19 to 16. So that could be an issue.
Yeah.
how many eggs are you getting on average a day?
It depends on what Big Tank do. Sometimes she drop them every day. Sometimes she drop them every other day. But everybody else doing one per day, and
Okay,
we getting about 7 per day.
okay, but that's your first one to come out like that
Yeah,
like
never
that, right?
seen. Yeah, never
That's
seen
the
such
first one. Okay, okay. It might have been maybe she was mad at you or something.
a.
Well, aren't eggshells pretty much all protein and calcium, right?
Calcium. They're supposed to be
Yeah.
full of calcium for sure.
Yeah.
Loaded with calcium, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out. We'll get to the bottom of it.
All right.
Anyway, family, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, man.
Yeah, and
Thank you. I
likewise, guys.
appreciate it.
All right.